The Texas Supreme Court says Ken Paxton does not have to answer questions under oath.
The latest update from the courts on his whistleblower case ahead. Plus, Donald Trump's sentencing has been suspended for now. What a judge out of New York ruled on his convictions there. Next.
How warm will temperatures get? Will there be a cold front? And will we get some rain? I'll have answers on my full first warning weather forecast.
In-depth, investigative. This is KXAN News at Noon.
The Texas Supreme Court handed a legal victory to Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton in the long-standing lawsuit brought by his 4 former employees.
Today, the court ruled that Paxton and 3 senior deputies do not have to answer questions under oath in the whistleblower case. The justices said the trial court abused its discretion by ordering the depositions because Paxton no longer disputes the facts of the case. This deals a significant blow to the 4 whistleblowers who sued the Attorney General after they claim he retaliated against them for reporting him to the FBI. Their claim served as the basis for Paxton's impeachment last year, which did result in the Texas Senate acquitting him and allowing him to return to office. The Texas House launched its impeachment investigation after Paxton asked the state to pay more than $3 million in a settlement he reached with those whistleblowers. Texas lawmakers, though, have yet to agree on paying out that money. Meanwhile, Donald Trump's sentencing for his hush money case in New York has been suspended indefinitely.
According to court documents, Judge Juan Merchan is allowing Trump's attorneys to file motions to dismiss the case, in which Trump was found guilty of 34 counts of falsifying business records. Merchan also agreed to hold off on issuing a decision about whether the verdict should be set aside due to presidential immunity. His order today cancels a sentencing that was scheduled for this upcoming Tuesday. NBC reports prosecutors in Manhattan have previously said they would challenge Trump's efforts to dismiss the hush money case, but acknowledge that his sentencing might need to take place after he leaves office. Former Congressman Matt Gaetz withdrew himself from his nomination for Attorney General following scrutiny over misconduct allegations against him. We first told you about this yesterday here on our midday show.
The president-elect wasted little time, though, in already picking a replacement, naming Florida's former Attorney General Pam Bondi. She served on the Trump defense team during his first impeachment trial. She's also a former Attorney General of Florida with years of legal experience.
Gaetz withdrew himself from consideration yesterday, saying his nomination had become an unfair distraction. He faced accusations of misconduct involving drugs and sex with a minor, but has denied any wrongdoing. An investigative report by the House Ethics Committee into the allegations hung over Gaetz, and it was possible that report could have been released publicly. Some senators said they were glad Gaetz dropped out.
There's a sense of relief about it, of course. I think he did a pretty noble thing, frankly, honorable thing by getting out himself.
You better pace yourself, though, because it's not even Thanksgiving, and we don't have to react and take unserious things so seriously.
Matt Gaetz now says he will not be returning to Congress next year despite winning re-election to his seat. This morning, a Bastrop ISD bus filled with students was involved in a crash. This happened near Highway 71 and Blue Flame Road. According to the district, first responders did not find any serious injuries. The district, though, released a statement saying this: out of an abundance of caution, some students were transported to the hospital. Most students were safely transported to their campus after being evaluated by emergency personnel, where they were reunited with their families. Viewer John Dunham sent us these photos of the aftermath to report it at KXAN.com. It's unclear right now what caused the crash. According to the district, though, the crash is under investigation by the Texas Department of Public Safety.
First warning weather.
We are taking a live look now from our Austonian camera over downtown Austin, and it's nothing but blue skies and some cooler temperatures too before the lunch hour. I've know everyone has been enjoying that.
Yeah, nothing wrong with 70s. We had that yesterday and 60s the day before. We'll see a warm up into the weekend. I'll have your weekend forecast right now. First, here is, let me take you to Round Rock, Whittlesey Landscape and Supplies. Got a few drivers going to and from their lunchtime plans today. And yeah, we'll see that warm up back into the 80s come your Sunday and Monday. But let's just enjoy some of the cooler weather today, shall we? We have sunny skies besides a few wispy clouds, temps in the upper 60s, and winds are calm at this hour. Now, compared to where we were yesterday, we're actually a little bit warmer. 4 degrees warmer in Llano today, 5 degrees warmer in Burnett, 8 degrees warmer in Dripping Springs, 7 degrees warmer in San Marcos, with some 70s already starting to pop up on the map right now. Lampasas is clocking in at 66, Georgetown 71. How about Fayette County? Flatonia 74 in the mid-70s. San Marcos also in the mid-70s at 73. So winds are calm, and they most likely will be staying calm throughout the day. Then we'll see those winds pick up. Southerly flow, what does that mean? Well, humidity and warmth returning, not only for your Saturday, but Sunday and Monday. We should be in the upper 60s, so how about 10, 15, almost 20 degrees warmer than average come Monday. But we have some good news. I'm timing 2 fronts moving through Central Texas. We'll talk about when those fronts move through, how will they impact your travel plans, and will we get some rain? I'll have answers on my full forecast.
Tommy, thank you so much. Resign or we will kill you. Travis County District Attorney Jose Garza says he received that message in the mail at his home address.
He says it is just one in a series of escalating threats of violence against him over the last 2 years. It's why he says the Travis County commissioners approved thousands of dollars in county funds to be used for security measures and protection.
The move, though, drew criticism and has sparked an ongoing legal fight over records between the county and Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton. The DA released a redacted version of some records yesterday, but continues to fight the release of others. So we sat down with him to talk about these threats and some of the back and forth. Here's what he had to say.
We have an obligation to be transparent, and that we have legitimate interests that we have a responsibility to protect. Namely, as I said, our ability to prosecute cases and the ability of elected officials to stay safe and to keep their families safe.
You can read more about this ongoing case and some of the back and forth that led up to it. You can also hear more from my conversation with the district attorney. That is online now at KXAN.com. After 2 decades, a man found guilty of manslaughter in Travis County could get another trial. A judge ruled yesterday the first trial was not fair. 20 years ago, a jury convicted Alvin Stewart of killing his former 7th grade music teacher and stealing his VCR. At the time, the state claimed Stewart was in a voluntarily sexual relationship with the teacher. Multiple witnesses have now testified about that relationship. The court found Stewart's original defense attorney was ineffective for failing to investigate the relationship further and failing to present evidence of potential grooming and sexual assault. It says that information could have possibly changed Stewart's sentencing. Stewart's new legal team expressed gratitude towards the victim's family for hearing from him.
Even though they suffered a terrible loss, and Alvin's feels horrible and his remorse for that, but that the system failed him. And I'm grateful that they are able to see that through their hurts and that Alvin had a chance to apologize to them.
This case will now go to a court of criminal appeals.
Authorities are putting a face now to the remains of a little girl found alongside I-45 in East Texas back in 2016. Her body was in Madisonville, just northeast of College Station. The Madison County Sheriff's Office and the FBI are unveiling a new facial reconstruction, which you're looking at here, in their ongoing investigation into this cold case. The unidentified child is known as Baby Madison. They used to believe she had a medical condition that causes an abnormally small jaw, but new forensic assessments have ruled out that condition. They hope this new image sparks someone's memory to help find out what happened to her.
If anything we're saying today brings up memories of somebody or some kind of recollection, please reach out to the Madison County Sheriff's Office.
Baby Madison likely had specialized medical care due to a feeding tube found with her. Genetic testing suggests the child may have ancestral ties to either El Salvador or Nuevo Leon, Mexico. Hundreds of thousands of Texans are still waiting to access health care, and this is all due to delays and errors at Texas Health and Human Services.
Now the agency is asking the state for help to try and eliminate some of the backlog. Nearly 233,000 applications for Medicaid are overdue, which could result in financial penalties from the federal government and in delays in health care for Texas children. The wait time for the Children's Health Insurance Program is currently 71 days, which is far longer than the federal requirement.
HHSC says it needs nearly $400 million more to fix the issues. It says that will help hire more staff and overhaul outdated technology. Now it's up to state lawmakers whether they give them the money next year.
It means kids are waiting 3 to 4 months before they can go see a doctor, get on medication that would help them so they can focus and get back in school.
If we can't fulfill this obligation, then we're not fulfilling our role as government. And so I would hope that this should be a priority. We spend money on so many other things. Taking care of needy families that are, Texas citizens should be at the top of that list.
Health and Human Services tells us it's, quote, taking all possible actions to provide benefits as quickly as possible. It says it made progress in hiring more people to review applications during the last year.
We are taking a gorgeous live look from our KXAN weather cam over downtown Austin. That almost looks like a painting or something. It's just so stunning. Tommy, thanks for that look outside. We will catch up with him for your full forecast and your holiday Thanksgiving forecast coming up in just a bit. But first, after months of anticipation, Wicked officially hits theaters today with a number of diehard fans already getting to check it out. Actually, last night, pretty jealous of that.
Yeah, we should have worn our pink and green today, too.
I know.
Opportunity missed. Well, of course, the music is a huge draw for fans out there, but it's also sparking kind of a debate. Can fans actually sing along in the theaters? NBC's Joe Fryer looks into that.
The movie might be new, but the songs are already, well, popular.
You're gonna be popular.
If you sing along, though, you might quickly become unpopular.
I'm here to warn everyone that the singing is, in fact, happening, and it's worse than you would expect.
Some moviegoers say something bad is happening.
I need everybody on mute.
And they're sounding off on the wickedness thrust upon them.
I am going to see Ariana, Cynthia, and the rest of the cast sing. I better not hear anyone else singing in the theater.
Before the show starts, just as you're diving into that green and pink popcorn, AMC theaters are playing an ad.
Silence is golden. No talking, no singing, no wailing.
Yet some just don't want to save it for the shower.
Okay, we've been repressing this for a long time, and it is about to come out. This is our time. This is our moment.
Cynthia Erivo, who plays Elphaba, joked about fans singing along in a Target ad.
Nailed it.
That's my line.
She and her co-star Ariana Grande recently weighed in on the debate, saying they support whatever makes you happy.
We understand it. If you do, and if you don't, we respect the feelings.
I say if you come the first time and you sing through, sing through. But come a second time and let us sing to you.
Yeah, and if someone throws popcorn at you or their phone or something, maybe stop.
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
Over the years, some movie musicals have become synonymous with audience participation, like the Rocky Horror Picture Show. In Greece, The Greatest Showman actually had special sing-along showings in theaters.
So now it's your time to shine, have fun, sing loud, and come alive. It's showtime.
At recent concert films, fans were encouraged to get up and croon, from Beyoncé's Renaissance to Taylor Swift's Eras movie. At the premiere, Swift herself was singing and dancing in the aisles. But at Wicked, if you belt defying gravity, to many, you'll be defying civility.
That closing line, though, that was so
Too
smart.
good.
Joe Fryer is so good at those anyway. Yeah.
Here's the thing. I was, team no singing, and then listening to that story, I had to stop myself from singing along a little bit.
Maybe it's just instinctual, because those songs have been around for 20 years at this point. It's ingrained in a lot of people.
Yeah, it's like muscle memory. It just comes out.
I mean, if I sing outside of a movie theater, people are still throwing popcorn and phones at me regardless. So, you know what?
Get out of here.
I probably won't sing during it, but if someone else does, all the power to them.
Round of applause.
Yeah.
Right.
All right, let's talk about this weekend right now. Who's excited for a gorgeous, well, it's going to be dry, but still warm weekend ahead. Here's Bastrop Alley Medical Emergency Room. A few wispy clouds on the horizon and some people driving to and from. Maybe some lunchtime plans on this Friday. And look at the big picture across the country. I mean, we're dealing with nothing. High pressure steering all the clouds and precip to our north and east, and also to our north and western parts of the country here. We're going to warm back up to the mid-70s today. Here's your afternoon planner. Picking up the kids from school, 76, mostly sunny skies throughout your day, 71 by 5 p.m. Find your city here east of I-35 dealing with some pockets of upper 70s, 77 to 78 degrees. The hill country will be a bit cooler in the low to mid-70s today. How about tomorrow? Some 80s starting to pop up east of the metro area, 79 in Austin, 77 Georgetown tomorrow, 78 in Rockdale, upper 70s for places like Gillespie County, Llano up toward San Saba County. Your 3-day forecast, wow, 80s are returning. We should be in the upper 60s. Don't blame me for this, but near 20-degree warmer than average highs starting on Monday. And then we'll see a bit of a change in the forecast here. So why is it warming up? We have a southerly flow. That means winds coming in out of the south, gusty Saturday into Sunday, up to 25 to 30 mile per hour gusts for your Sunday. So keep that in the back of your mind if you have any sort of outdoor plans for the second half of your weekend. And that southerly wind will really bump up humidity. Dew points returning to the mid-60s before our first front moves through Monday into your Tuesday. Second front Wednesday into your Thursday, but both of these fronts will be dry. So look at the rain chances across the next 7 days. I mean, it is just zero. Now, these fronts are dry, but they could cool us down a little bit. Here's how clouds and radar could look. There's that first front Monday into Tuesday. All the rain is east of us across the deep south, and our second front sometime Wednesday through Thursday will also be dry with all the rain Houston east to Louisiana. Now, Tom, I did that because of my name, Tommy, but here's our Thanksgiving Day forecast. Temperatures 70 for the big day with a mix of clouds and sunshine, a bit cooler than where we are this weekend. So here's your first warning weather 7-day forecast. 76 today, 79 Texas football. Kentucky's coming to town, a little SEC matchup there. Sunday, 83 degrees. How about 86? Our record high on Monday is 88, so near record high on Monday. And then there's that first front, 74 on your Tuesday. And then 82 on Wednesday, second front into Thanksgiving, perfect time, and 70 for the big turkey day. Overnight lows going from the 40s to the 60s, back down to the 50s.
A Florida man was arrested for reportedly impersonating Central Texas billionaire Elon Musk and allegedly catfishing a Texas woman out of more than $500,000.
Police say the suspect is 56-year-old Jeffrey Moynihan Jr. He met a 70-year-old woman on Facebook in 2023. According to detectives, the pair talked online for months. They say Moynihan told the woman he was Elon Musk and encouraged her to invest in his business. By the time the woman alerted authorities something was off, police say she had already shelled out about $600,000.
He suggested if she gave $500,000, he could turn it around to make $55 million for a return for her.
Police say there could be other suspects involved in this scheme and also other victims. Today, Austin Community College broke ground on their Round Rock campus for a new project that's aimed at training the next group of skilled workers. The project comes from its 2022 general obligation bond and marks the start of 2 new facilities designed to meet that growing demand in the fields of construction, welding, HVAC, and advanced manufacturing. A current student at Austin Community College says how many job opportunities are available for those in these trades.
There's a ton of job opportunities. So after I went and competed at the state level, I had the opportunity to go to Georgia to go see my buddy Cody Shobe compete at Nationals. And we walked around all the booths at Nationals. And I mean, even American Airlines and Delta were trying to hire me in, and I was only 2 semesters. And they were like, we'll take you right now to come and weld for us. People are recruiting welders everywhere. And trades, it's everywhere.
Great personal story there to really show you how needed this is. The new 24,000 and 36,500 square foot buildings will expand those programs geared towards those industries we mentioned. And again, this is all help to train that workforce that's needed to support those booming economies right here in Austin. Well, it will be easier to save on parking at the airport now. Austin Bergstrom has restarted the Frequent Parker program. The free program allows members to earn points by using the airport's on-site parking. As members earn points, they earn free parking over time. Airport officials paused the program back in 2023 because of, quote, intermittent outages with the system. In the interim, customers still accrued those points, though. So if you want to learn more, our digital reporter Kelsey Thompson has got all these details with this story on our website right now, KXAN.com.
Breaking news from KXAN News.
That breaking news we're following, the boundary between religion and public education just came to a vote here in Austin.
Moments ago, the State Board of Education voted to approve elementary school curriculum that includes Bible-based content. The board passed the new curriculum in a preliminary vote just earlier this week. However, today, members voted 8-7 to allow lesson plans that include biblical readings and emphasize Christianity more than other religions.
Not only is learning about common stories and phrases from the Bible important in a student's understanding of history, but it is the First Amendment right to have access to this information.
The state may not turn public schools into Sunday schools and force teachers into the position of preaching rather than teaching.
That curriculum will become optional for districts to use starting next school year, but they would receive additional funding from the state if they use them.
The runner-up in the race for Austin's mayor wants a recount.
Incumbent Mayor Kirk Watson avoided a runoff by just 14 votes. It's close enough that second-place finisher Carmen Yanez-Polito would like another tally of some of the ballots. KXAN's Grace Reeder breaks down what happens next.
After mayoral hopeful Carmen Yanez-Polito filed a petition asking for a recount in the Austin mayoral race Thursday, the mayor now says the petition is illegal, and Yanez-Polito is taking a look at potential changes she needs to make. Here's what happened. Yanez-Polito filed a petition asking for a recount in only 11 precincts inside Williamson County. She said, quote, given the razor-thin margin and the number of irregularities in this election cycle, it's critical that we ensure every vote is counted. But Austin Mayor Kirk Watson responded with this, quote, the recount request is defective. Texas law is clear that in an election that is called by a city, which the mayor's election is, a recount must be for the entire jurisdiction and not just cherry-picking a few precincts. The city of Austin isn't saying much right now, only that they recognize the importance of this process and are taking careful steps required by the election rules and procedures. But Yanez-Polito did confirm that the city marked her petition as defective and that she is, quote, further examining the sections they have cited in the letter and will determine whether she will appeal or resubmit. According to deadlines on the Secretary of State website, that deadline appears to be Monday for her to do that. Even if Yanez-Polito does resubmit and the recount is granted, the recount request is a move St. Edward's University political science professor Brian Smith says will be expensive, time-consuming, and Yanez-Polito will be at a significant disadvantage even if the recount results in a runoff election.
It's not like Mayor Watson was the first of 4 candidates. No, he was the first of first. He was very close to that 50%. He's actually a little bit over it. So she would have a lot of ground to gain.
Mayor Kirk Watson secured more than 50% of the overall vote in the general election. That's what he needed to avoid a runoff with Yanez-Polito. But it was tight. Watson was above the runoff threshold by only about a dozen votes, even though he was ahead of his next nearest competitor by more than 100,000 votes. Grace Reeder, KXAN News.
Grace, thank you so much for tracking this for us. Yanez-Polito told us she is gathering all of the information and legal counsel to move forward.
First warning weather.
Coming up on 12:34 this afternoon, and we are back with a live look from downtown Austin. There we are looking north from our Austonian camera, and what a gorgeous day it is out there, Avery.
I feel like every time we see this shot, we're both just like, wow, it's so beautiful.
It lifts the mood automatically.
We really need it. I know it's been chillier, and now we're having a little bit of a change as we head into the afternoon. Tommy, what's going on out there?
That's absolutely right. I feel like when you take a recess and go step outside for 10 minutes and then come back in and finish the news. Yeah, right, we should do that. That'd be a fun business idea. Granite Shoals, Whittlesey Landscape and Supplies camera, blue skies, got a few trucks here close to the camera, but beyond that, some wispy clouds on the horizon, and our temperature is warming up to a nice nice pleasant low 70s at the moment. Upper 60s in Austin itself. Humidity dropping now down to 29%. Our winds are calm. All across the Lone Star State, any sort of cloud activity up toward the Panhandle and parts of Oklahoma, but Central Texas, DFW, Houston, down toward the valley. I mean, it's just blue sky as far as the eye can see. And up in the corner of me toward Indiana, Ohio, Pennsylvania, some rain and snow there, but our high pressure is keeping us on the dry side for the near future. Your solar forecast, this graph goes up to the sunny amount. We're pretty much breaking it throughout the day today, and that will be the trend with just sunny skies all throughout the first half of next week as well, despite two fronts moving through. Pollen count, KXAN.com/allergy has the updates for this. We had a pretty slow morning with the technology there, but the big picture is low elements, and you will see the trends there, and hopefully that gets up and running by the afternoon hours. Your current temperature is already some mid-70s. How about LaGrange and Flatonia in Fayette County? Mid-70s. San Marcos 73, Austin 69, Cameron 69, Llano 70, and Mason County as well in the low 70s. Wind speeds were calm and will stay calm today, but that will not be the case come your Saturday and Sunday. We'll see a bit of a warm up. 83 on Sunday, 86 on Monday. We should be in the upper 60s, so we're about 15 to 20 degrees warmer than where we should be for the first half of next week. So we're going to talk about that warm up. Could there be some gusty winds with this pattern change? I'll let you know. And also we're timing out two fronts. Will they bring rain? I'll have answers on my full forecast.
Lots to track, Tommy. Thank you so much. Texas leaders want to know more about cryptocurrency mining facilities searching for digital money. More specifically, they want to know how much power those facilities use.
Many of these mining facilities for cryptocurrency like Bitcoin are located here in Texas. These will now have to register with the Public Utility Commission of Texas. They can require a lot of power. Last year, the state legislature set the stage for this. The PUC says this is to ensure grid reliability and to continue meeting the needs of the state. The commission points out the unique power demands of these operations because they can quickly adjust their power consumption based on the wholesale price of electricity.
What they could do is radically reduce their load at the right times, and then their measurement for their peak load would be very low, and they would get a very low allocation of cost. But the infrastructure cost would be still there to meet their peak load. Who would pay for it? Every other customer in ERCOT.
The PUC says the facilities that do not register could face a penalty of up to $25,000 per violation per day. Going in depth now, according to the U.S. Energy Information Administration, the electricity demand for virtual currency mining grew over the last several years across the state and the country. The agency estimates these use about 2% of all electricity consumed in the country. That is enough to power more than 6 million homes. Two of the larger mining facilities in Central Texas are northeast of Austin in Milam County. Windstone and Bit Deer set up operations there. Well, if you are planning to fry your Thanksgiving turkey, you might want to listen up to this. The Austin Fire Department and HEB held a safety event to show you what could happen if you don't fry it properly. According to the National Fire Protection Association, there are 3 times more cooking fires on Thanksgiving alone than on any other day of the year. It's estimated that more than 1,600 home cooking fires were reported back in 2022. That's an almost 400% increase from the daily average.
I'd say this is a pretty popular tradition for quite a few years now, but we do see around this time every year multiple structure fires, multiple full body burns from fire as well as hot oil. And if you're people generally do this in their driveway, over their carport, near their carport, and underneath their carport is cars. Vehicles catch fire very quickly, they burn very hot, very fast. So we see a lot of vehicle fires associated with this as well.
Some safety tips to keep in mind on Thanksgiving: stay alert while cooking. Child-proof and pet-proof your cooking space. Make sure those pots and pans and cords are all out of reach. Keep a fire extinguisher, baking soda, or a tight-fitting lid handy to put out a pan fire. And check all of your smoke and carbon monoxide alarms to make sure they're working properly. If you'd like to check out the largest postcard show in all of America, it's happening this weekend in Pennsylvania. Here's some video of people getting ready for the York International Postcard Show. Postcards are organized in all kinds of different ways, like by geography and subject matter. For decades, people from all over the world have been coming to York for this.
We run shows in Manhattan, we run shows in Orlando. I mean, this is the most popular venue that people love to come to this show. There's millions of cards in this room, millions and millions of images.
If you want to check it out, though, the time is running short a little bit. The show runs from today and Saturday.
A Kansas City woman who drove hurricane relief donations to North Carolina received an early Christmas gift in recognition for her efforts. The holidays are, of course, all about traditions, and this year one company is hoping to start a new one by installing free lights for someone in need. And the first lucky person is that woman who took those supplies for victims of Hurricane Helene. She says this has really made the holiday even more special for her family.
We brought the kids outside, turned them on, and it was just a gasp of, they were so excited. Holidays are super important for us, but Christmas especially. It's a time, one of the only times where our entire family can come together.
The company says this is its way of giving back to someone who gave so much. Both of them making the world a little brighter. We love stories like that.
Oh, I would say so. That's so really nice. Yeah.
Okay, are y'all putting up lights this year? Watching the video of that, I'm going, oh, I'm a little behind here.
We're behind as well. I just got a text from my husband, though, and said that he was already pulling out some of the holiday stuff as we speak.
Okay.
So that's waiting on me when I get home.
Boxes everywhere.
I had Last Christmas Wham playing before this show. I had my lights up since
Did
November
you really?
2nd.
Oh my God.
I forget yours are already up.
Last Christmas is for some reason my favorite Christmas song. It's not even it's not too much of a,
it's a gold standard.
It's
for sure.
awesome. It's so good. But there also is a lighting this Saturday, and Freddie had, I think it was in the Domain. He's so good at those festive weekend watch things. But here's your forecast for the weekend. It'll be a bit warmer. No need for that umbrella or rain jacket. How about 83 on your Sunday, 86 on Monday? We have two fronts, Monday through Tuesday. That's front one will be dry, and a second front, if it lines up perfectly, we could be having a cooler Thanksgiving. Highs around 70 degrees for Turkey Day.
And not a drop of rain in sight.
Not a drop of rain, unfortunately.
So if anybody has any outdoor plans for Thanksgiving, it looks pretty nice
That's
out
a good
there.
way to look at it, yeah. I mean, no need for that umbrella or rain jacket. Now, if something changes, we'll let you know.
All right. Well, thank you all for watching here this afternoon on KXAN News at Noon. We will see you back here in about 30 minutes with another update on your news and weather. Enjoy the rest of your Friday and your weekend. Take care.